Hi, it's Danny and welcome to the Silverdome in northern Tasmania to the Rotary Club of Launceston's car show sponsored by the Launceston City Council. Hey, it's really great to have a car show indoors. We don't have to take in the factor rain or sunshine, even though the sunshine is glaring through the roof of the Silverdome. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, press that little bell for instant notifications. Stick around for some great cars here today. Catch up with John here. He's got a Ferrari, one of my favourite cars. What's the story behind this one, John?
Oh, well, this is a 1990 Mondi LT, originally a four-seater.
Yeah.
Interior was gutted in 1996 when it was turned into a race car by the first owner.
So what was the first owner? What did he do?
Him and his brother had 42 liquor stores in the UK.
Wouldn't have been short of a quid then?
No, well, Mr. Perno came over from France and bought the whole lot.
Yeah, right.
And I don't know what they got for it, but they never worked again.
Yeah.
So, and he ended up basically almost giving the car to his best mate who brought it into Australia, and I bought it off him. Couldn't be licensed in Western Australia where I was living, but good old Tassie and the SI plate is a different story.
So you always aspired to have a race car? Is that something you always wanted?
No, and I didn't aspire to have a Ferrari either.
Yeah, but how cool though, eh?
Yeah, well,
not many people can say, yeah, look, I've got a Ferrari parked in the shed.
Yeah, it always raises eyebrows. And people get excited. Actually.
It's only because they're jealous, John. You know that.
I don't know. Yeah, everybody wants to race you on the road, I find.
Oh, of course they do. Now, speaking of racing, do you take it to racetracks? Or?
Yeah, I have. I mean, I've done a couple of hill climbs in Tassie, Targa West in WA, but only restricted around the city. This is just so you know, this is 300 horsepower, 3.4 litre V8, and about 360 newton metres torque.
That's a pretty cool go-kart.
It is, and sounds fantastic. So.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much, John, for bringing it along today. We really appreciate you putting it to the viewing public, and I'm sure there's a lot of people in envy of yourself having a Ferrari. It's great to catch up with Patrick now for the Rotary Club of Launceston Car Show. What a great event, Patrick. What's the initiative behind this event?
I just wanted something for the community to do, a free event. We tried to get it off the ground last year, but COVID hurt us.
Yes.
So with the support of the Launceston City Council and Business Tas, we're able to get the first Rotary Club of Launceston Car Show off the ground.
Oh, the best part for me though, Patrick, it's indoors. So whether it rains or it's really hot outside, you can cool off inside or keep dry, and you can look at the vast array of cars we've got here. And they're fantastic cars, aren't they?
They are, and look, it's a good place to Silverdome. It's all undercover, curtained off. Don't know if you could pull it off in Hobart, but we're very proud of the Silverdome here.
We've got your daughter singing in the background, which is pretty cool.
Good old Ruby, she's grade 9 and does some singing in competitions and for the school, so practicing for the end of year assembly.
Awesome. Now, you've had a look around. What's your favourite car? What takes your eye?
Ooh, the HQ race car.
Yeah, love it.
A friend of mine owns that.
Look, thank you so much for putting it on for the community, because I think this is things we need at the moment, don't we? We definitely need it. And Rotary are heavily involved in the community, and we appreciate everything you guys do.
Too easy. Thanks, Danny.
Mick, thanks so much for coming along today, mate. You've got a beautiful car here. Real head turner, by the way. When you drove it in, everyone went, oh, look at that. Tell us all about this car, mate.
Well, it's a family car.
Yeah.
It was bought brand new from my pop in 1967.
And so it's XR.
It's an XR. Originally 6-cylinder.
Yeah.
It now has a 289.
Has it?
V8 in it.
Really? Oh, that's pretty cool.
So he had it, and then when he passed away, my dad, it's his ute.
Yeah, okay.
He used it in his business too, as a builder.
I love these stories behind these cars.
So it's been a a work vehicle all its life.
Yeah.
And then he handed it down to me.
Yeah.
And then it was used in my business as well.
Oh, great. That's awesome.
And then we had some steering box issues, and it
Yeah.
got put away for a little bit till
Yeah,
that got
okay.
fixed, and then bought another work car. And it's just been a long-term.
Yeah, so it's one of those things you
project.
thought, you know, I really want to do that up and take it back to its like original or semi-original.
Yeah.
So you say it's V8 now, so what's it running for the gearbox now? Is it still on the tree, is it?
It's
Or?
an original Borg Warner 3 on the tree.
Yeah, right.
Which has worked so far, touch
I
wood.
just love the young kids that walk past these cars these days and just listening to their comments.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, they just get down and go, oh wow, that is so cool.
Yeah.
That's because they are a cool car.
Yeah, yeah.
You and I take it for granted that,
Yeah.
you know, like every second person probably have one.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
not so much a ute, but just a family car.
yeah.
And, you know, ones we probably paddock bashed and all that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. And but now we're bringing them back to their glory, mate.
Well, the memories of that as a kid were 4 of us riding across the front seat, and you know, mum and dad and my brother and myself, and then as we got bigger, we rode in the back of it. And all the kids in the street riding in the back of it.
Yeah, can't do that nowadays,
No,
mate, can we?
no.
Thanks so much
Yeah,
again
yeah,
for bringing
yeah.
it along to the Silverdome today. We really appreciate it.
No worries.
Okay, so I'm with Jamie Lee here, who's got not one, but 4 cars here today. Congratulations, they absolutely look immaculate. You better tell me a little bit about these cars. First of all, we'll talk about your pride and joy. So how long have you had this? This is the first one you've actually done right up?
I started in about 2005 into cars. Obviously been in them my whole life, but yeah, really started with a WRX was my first car.
Yeah.
Built that one from scratch. Obviously moved on throughout the times, but this one I've had for about 9 or 10 years. This one I bought basically as a wreck.
Yeah.
And then I actually carry the BRCA2 gene, which is a high risk of breast cancer. So
Yep.
I have actually myself gone through breast preventative surgeries.
Yep.
Therefore, while I went through all of that, I decided that I needed something to keep myself busy. So that's when this came in. So I had this
Yeah.
sitting in the shed, so I decided what I wanted to do was make this into a breast cancer build show car.
Awesome.
Hence the colour. What I like to do with it as well is I do a lot of breast cancer charity events,
Yeah.
raise a lot of money, especially for the McGrath
Oh,
Foundation.
congratulations, well done.
Thank you very much. So basically, yeah, I just built it. Project car is never done, so there are still things that I want to do to it, but for the most part, this is it.
You actually bought another car as well to originally probably get rid of that one, is that right?
Yeah, I have a 500 horsepower R34. That is also my pride and joy. That one is a lot more built for speed.
Yeah.
I love the look of it, obviously, but I bought it because I loved it. Was planning on selling this one, but I just couldn't part with it because I built it. It's my baby.
I don't know what it is, but I always find if I buy a car, I've got to have another one exactly the same. I have to have 2.
Yeah.
I don't know why it is. To my wife's disgust, she goes, "Why are you bringing another one home when you've actually got one already?"
Yeah.
Well, it's a donor car. It's for spare parts.
Yeah.
But it doesn't happen that way because you get there and do what you do,
Yep.
or you have done, and have done that one up as well.
Yep.
This one has actually featured in a magazine. Is that right?
Yeah, so this one's been in Hot Fours magazine. I won multiple awards for it. It was also featured in a music video clip in the mainland a few
wow.
years ago.
Yeah.
It's been in quite a few other magazines as well.
Yeah.
It's on airbag suspension. It's got the GDR wide body. This is full of the goods. This is
Yeah.
full of fruit.
Yeah.
It
Love it.
scares the bejesus out of me occasionally, but
Yeah.
that's what you want. But no, this is it's a beautiful car. Yeah, I just couldn't part with this one, but now
Yeah.
I can't part with this one either. So yeah.
I'm actually blown away right now because you know a lot more about cars than I do, especially this model. I mean, I'm an 80s child. When it got to about 1995, I sort of lost touch in these cars.
Yep.
But it wasn't until later on that people picked these up and thought, these cars can just go like the clappers.
Yep.
And of course, drifting came about and all that, and that's what sort of seen the resurgence in these type of vehicles, isn't that right?
That is true. Well, speaking of drifting, I also have a Sil 80 over there, which you can tell by the cable ties that she's having a bit of fun. But yeah, no, so I mean, I used to have a Nissan Stagia as well, which was fun to go and get the groceries with. Nice long car. But then I sold the Stagia to buy this one because, like I said, this was full of fruit. So this is a 99 model. So
can I ask a question? What started your passion with cars?
I have lots of brothers. They mainly had Holdens, Tiranas, all that sort of stuff. One of my other brothers has a lot of Fords, but yeah, it's just being around my brothers and growing up.
The little car down the end, the little blue Mazda, what's the story behind that one?
So that was bought as my daily because obviously I kept buying all of these cars that I can't daily because they're too low, don't want to wreck the paint, all of that sort of stuff. So everyone says, oh, it's just a Mazda, it's an MPS, which means it's the turbo version. Unfortunately now, as my daily, it's now lower than the rest of my cars. I couldn't even get it in here. That was the worst one. I had trouble getting in. I now have a work car, which is great, but now that kind of just sits there, and I've got big plans with that one. I plan on putting a really big wide body on that one, and it's got a little bit of fruit in that as well, but from standard they go pretty well.
Your passion for doing up vehicles is just so infectious. It's unbelievable. You must have a good storage garage at home somewhere. Where do you fit them all?
Well, actually, funnily enough, we actually went and looked at another house today, my husband and I, because we need bigger shed space. Because
it's not how big the bedrooms are, it's how big the storage space is.
No, that's exactly right. So, we do have them garaged. Obviously, I've got my 4. He's got a 180 as well, which has no engine in it at the moment. He's also got the XR8 behind us. Cool. We also have a 80 series Land Cruiser, which is sort of done up a little bit as well. So, yes, we definitely need the storage space.
Congratulations. They are absolutely magnificent. I'll have to go for a spin in one day, but I reckon you'll frighten me. That's the only problem.
Yes. No, thank you very much for having me. And as you'll notice, 3 of the 4 of my cars have Princess number plates, which is a little bit funny when you mentioned that a woman owns them, because I drove this into a car meet one night and everyone said, oh, is that your boyfriend's car? He can be a bit of a princess sometimes.
Thank you so much, Paul, for coming along today and bringing a combi. So many people love combis. I mean, they've got them on T-shirts and everything. This is a credit to you, and the best part about it, I often see you driving around in this. What's the history behind it?
Yeah, well, this combi actually originally belonged to my wife's grandfather, and anyway, he wanted to get rid of it.
Yeah.
When we picked it up, it was actually sitting underneath an old walnut tree.
Right.
And it was all sort of chocolate brown colour.
Wow.
And one of the branches had actually grown over and into the roof, so there's this massive dent. All the tyres are flat and it was buried into the ground.
So what made you want to take on such a project?
Not sure really.
Yeah. Just the family history,
I'd say. Good idea
I'd
at the time. Wasn't sure what I was really in for.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got it out of there, pumped up the tyres.
Yeah.
And got the motor going. It was still, even after all that time sitting under, it still would run.
Well, if it runs, it gives you a little bit of inspiration, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
It does. And then, so I wanted to drive it home. So we lived about 200 kilometres away. So I needed to get home. So I had to go and get a permit to drive it.
So you actually drove it home after pulling it out of the bush virtually?
Yep. So was safe enough to drive, I thought.
Yeah.
So I drove it all the way home from Toowoomba back to the Sunshine Coast.
Yeah.
And I sort of fell in love with it then, because it's not a speed machine, it just cruises along.
Well, you can see why the hippies liked them, Paul.
Absolutely.
Because you just wind down the windows and you've just got the breeze going through your hair and everything. They're just a great vehicle. So the rebuild process, how long did that take?
The first time round took about 2 years.
Yeah. So you've done it twice now?
So I've done it twice. The first time I had no idea what I was doing.
Okay. Still haven't.
Exactly. A mate of mine taught me how to weld.
Yeah.
So stripped all the paint off it, all back to bare metal, cut out all the rust, re-welded in new panels, and then repainted it at home in the backyard.
It's a real credit to you. It's a beautiful looking vehicle, and you haven't really overdone it. you've kept it that sort of beach style and haven't taken anything away from that sort of look. So yeah, no, it's really great.
Yep, no, it's quite at home now. I put my sailboards in the back of it, go down the beach and go for a sail, and no, I just love driving it around. Really enjoy it.
Look, we really appreciate you bringing it along today. It's a fantastic vehicle, and I just love seeing it cruising down past my place every now and again. It's really good. I love it when people actually get out and drive these cars. That's the best part about it.
Yeah, it's fun. Really enjoy it.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you.
Andrew's brought along a beautiful Magna here today, and it's a rallyard, so it's a special vehicle, isn't it?
Yeah, special edition.
Yeah.
Only 4 colours, so
okay.
white, red, black and silver.
Cool.
And the option of a sunroof.
Yeah.
Only in 25 of them and 25 in a manual.
So what year is this one?
2002.
2002. Did it come with all the spoiler kits and everything on it?
Absolutely, that's already on it.
So what's the thing that you really like about this car to actually own one?
It's a very head turner.
Yeah.
And you get a very funny reaction when you say, oh, it's only a Magna. But there's a but they're not. They were a Magna like that, so when they went to rally,
the performance of a race car, though,
absolutely, 180 kilowatts, 250 horsepower.
Wow, that's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's standard, not worked.
That's not even touched.
Yeah, right.
All I've done is put a K&N air filter on it.
Yeah. You know, I see a few of these at speedways and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty impressed because they go really well, even on as a speedway car.
Yeah.
Like if you said that, hey, I'm building up a Magna as a car to race at speedway or whatever, they'd laugh at you.
Yeah, but the 3.5, you cannot kill that 3.5.
Have you had a go at that? Have you?
Oh no, I haven't I haven't done that.
Yeah, awesome.
But I'd like to see it go down the drags one night.
Well, this is a really interesting category for people who've watched my videos before. I've caught up with a couple of guys.
I know you have. I've watched your videos.
Oh, good. Thank you very much for your support.
Yeah,
and
I've always wanted to meet you as well.
Oh, thank you. That's great. That's awesome. It's great to meet you.
Yeah,
it's one of those categories that is really intriguing because there are a few variants of those cars.
Yes, there was.
Builders race cars.
Yep.
They look good. You know, and the people who actually have these cars,
and hardly any breakdown too.
No, well, that's another thing.
Yeah,
isn't that a bonus?
Yes.
but the people who own them are so passionate about them too.
Yeah.
But it's great to catch up with people like you to talk about these particular vehicles.
And I have another 2 sitting at home.
Oh no, come on, you can go away now. You can go away. We'll be here all day.
Yeah, we'll be here all day talking about it.
Thanks so much for checking out my coverage of the Rotary Club of Launceston's car show, and the best part about it is I didn't get sunburnt and I didn't get rained on, so how good is that? Hey, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, press that little bell for instant notifications, and make sure you stick around because there's a couple of videos coming up I know you're going to love.